If there are two things that are there for you when you need them the most, it's insurance and fast food. That's what we're discussing here on The Stock. I'm Xavier from the Dealing Desk. I'm joined by Don from the Customer Experience team. Don, tell me, what is The Stock?
Thanks for having me again. My stock of the day is Munich Re, ticker MUV2. A true German powerhouse and the biggest reinsurance company in the world, actually, by premiums written. Well, it's simply put the insurance company for insurance companies. When insurers take on massive risks such as natural disasters, climate-related issues, or cyber attacks, industrial risks, they have to simply split those risks into smaller portions and pass that risk on to a company such as Munich Re. Munich Re's share price has pulled back 22% from recent highs. It's currently still down 16% from those highs. That's mainly because of premiums have softened a little bit most recently. However, the 2026 net profit target has been confirmed with 6.3 billion euros. We are also seeing a just over 5% dividend yield at the moment, and the forward price to earnings ratio is below 11. They're also targeting around 8% earnings per share growth per year, which for a boring stock like an insurance stock is actually quite solid. The chart is actually what makes it timely for me. So the stock recently came back into a key support area around long-term trend lines, as well as the 200-week moving average. So all in all, we have a global reinsurance monster, a big player, a dividend machine, and a quality compounder, now sitting near major support levels from a technical perspective.
Love it. Yeah, the pitch of it's your favorite insurer's favorite insurer is great. Now, I feel like a lot of the time, at least for Aussie investors, right, most focusing on the ASX, looking looking overseas, usually the US. Yeah. What's, I guess, your pitch on expanding out then? Why should people be looking elsewhere, like looking on German exchanges, you reckon?
Yeah. For Munich Re specifically, I like that this is, again, just like last time, I feel like a blue chip stock. However, you could almost play the component here of a high dividend stock as well as a growth stock. How about yourself, Xavier? I think we're back to food and burgers.
Yes. No, the McDonald's was very timely because then, it's one of its competitors in the US, Wendy's, has just had a smashing day overnight for us. It was up 41% at one point from the day before pulling back a bit and settling at a modest 25% gain over the course of one day. But it was kind of funny to me because if you zoom out a bit more, it's really just gone back to where it was at the start of the month. And it's year to date down about 5%. So I was trying to investigate what the cause of this was. And I guess the story, almost starts years ago and such where, it's one of those kind of US brick and mortar companies that maybe hasn't been able to adapt and has kind of lost a bit of its shine. And so in the process of that, at some point, people start piling on with shorts to the point where the short premium that, the borrow cost for that reached somewhere in like the high 30%, right? So, people have noticed this on, so a great meeting of intellects that is Wall Street Bets, and have rallied retail investors to all jump on it with the idea of a short squeeze, where, they keep buying it until the people who hold these short positions also have to begin buying to close their positions, and that provides exit liquidity. So you're probably thinking this is very similar to previous stories such as GameStop.
It rings a bell.
Yeah. So I just thought it'll be interesting to see where it goes because GameStop maybe was what lasted about a week, that short squeeze, before reality came back crashing down.
Yeah.
So it'll just be interesting to see, in this very short term, where this goes next.
Okay, interesting. So yeah, it does ring a bell. We're back on Reddit, it seems like, after a GameStop and I think AMC and a couple of whatnot meme stocks. Now it's Wendy's. That's very interesting. Can you let me know, Wendy's, they don't only operate in the US. I think they're bringing business to Australia, or have already been establishing their business here as well. Is that true?
Yeah, there was a pop-up store, I believe, in Melbourne just a few weeks ago, which, like all Melbourne things, attracted huge lines. And then, they've also got some overseas capacity in the Asia region and such. So it shouldn't be too big of a jump to also begin offering in Australia.
Well, maybe the burgers are just better at Wendy. So we have to go check out.
For sure. Well, that's all the time we have for today. But for all news, trading and stocks, head to ig.com/au.